In terms of like the Fox matchup, like what's your overall thoughts?
I know that the platforms are good for wave landing and wave dash, and is good, and you want to keep a space from the Fox, or you're going for the rest setups, and the back air is good.
Okay, so I definitely agree with the platforms being very important, which you don't use the platforms, so I'll go into the platforms in a second. But essentially, you want to be closer to Fox rather than being farther away, which is pretty evident based on like what I was watching in your gameplay. But I'll get into that when we see it. But started off, like, it's definitely the easiest matchup in the game, like in terms of top level for both Fox and Puff to like learn in quotation marks, but it's pretty hard to master for sure. I think the win conditions are pretty clear on both sides. It's like for Fox, he wants to get like damage into a kill, so he wants to like nair up tilt back air, and then like he'll eventually be able to get either a kill with up throw up air, jab up smash, or just building up damage and trying to get like a drill up tilt or a straight back air. So like that's like what Fox is trying to do to you. But he's obviously trying to be like safe as possible while doing it. But Puff, she's like trying to get a knockdown into a kill. So the difference between being very far away and being like close to Fox is that when you're far away, you can't really get the knockdown that you want. Like let's say like you're over here like back airing like up here, and Fox tries to jump at you. Let's say he's at like 35, so he gets knocked down by back air. He gets hit by your back air by jumping into it like up here. And then he just techs away, and then he's in the corner, he's going to start shooting lasers again. That's like, it's a knockdown, yes, but it's not a knockdown that leads into a kill. So, a lot of the matchup just boils down into, like, playing the percent game on that. But, essentially for, like, to start off, the knockdowns you'd want at, like, 0 is, like, a grab into a kill. So, like, just up throw rest, obviously, and then up throw tech chase rest. And then, like, gets different at different percents. So, I just want to show you, like, Hungrybox doing it. So, this is basically, like, if everything goes perfect, like, this is, like, the best stock you can get, for sure. So, Hungrybox, again, he's doing, like, the jump away stuff, which I think you understand that those, like, you kind of have to do sometimes, but he's just trying to avoid invincibility, so it's a little bit different. And in this situation, he like lands close to Fox, like right here, trying to get a mix-up on him to get a grab, ultimately. So then he gets a wave dash back into a grab here. So that's like his entire intention was to land close to the Fox so he can get a knockdown, which the only knockdown you can get at 0 is a grab. So that's what Hungrybox is trying to do here. And the only way that was possible is that he was close to Fox rather than being far away, obviously. So then he gets the tech chase here, and then now he's at 19, so you can get an up air into a knockdown at 19. You can get a pound. So those are the things the Hungrybox is looking for. You can get an up tilt. So, like, essentially, you're always going to be looking for the percents, because if you aren't looking for the percents, then your knockdown situations are just not going to be meaningful. Let's say you're at 0 and go for an up air, which you do a lot. It's like a 0% up air isn't going to do that much, because it's good. The only thing out of 0% up air is going to do is, like, lead into a grab. And then obviously, like, it's kind of the same thing, but throwing at an up air is riskier than going for, like, a raw grab at 0. There's, like, two distinctions there, essentially, because your ultimate goal is to get a grab anyways, so why would you just, like, waste time to get the grab, if that makes sense? But now he's at 19, Hungrybox missed the tech chase, but now it's, like, Fox is above me, what am I going to do? I'm going to start, this nair was, like, kind of iffy, I don't like it. But it's not really something, he was just trying to land. But now he spams up air instantly, spams up air again. This one probably is not going to hit. There's distinction between up air, like certain spots, but this up air isn't going to hit. But he's throwing it out because he knows it's going to kill him. Because the only moves that it's going to knock down are like his smash attacks, up air, and up tilt, pound, grab. So those are the only things he's like actually thinking about using, really. Like, I'm not saying that you can't use Backair before, like, 35, but, like, that's, like, kind of just a keep away damage move, whereas, like, up air, up tilt at this range is what you want to actually go for, and then he just spams up tilt in place there. So he just did like, he basically just played the entire thing trying to get the kill move into a knockdown. And then he gets to the stock pretty easily. Like, he takes 9% for doing like so many moves, which could technically be killed. Well, not killed, but you could technically lose a lot of damage here. But the reason why is he's playing close to Fox and being able to try and get the knockdown initially. Because if he's over here on the platform, yeah, it's fine. But then IBW can just run over here and start shooting lasers. And then he takes a bunch of damage in lasers. Then he eventually will get into kill percent. And then if he keeps rinsing and repeating that gameplay, maybe he can get the kills. But with the AH box plays right now, he actually won't get those kills if he tries to like wave dash off the side platform, which you mentioned. So does that like make sense before I get into the next section?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, so let me pull up Uncle Paul. So essentially what I was trying to say was Hungrybox does this kind of forwarder and this type of back air as like a very like defensive passive play in order to catch a Fox dashing in. And this type of forward air and back air, you can do it off shield drop like I was saying, is like, it's only good if Fox is losing the game, whereas if you're like down in especially a stock percentage, the Fox can just run away and just shoot lasers and force you to approach. So that's why you need to have the other mix-ups essentially. Like waveland off the platform is like the main like level 1 mix-up, and then waveland off the platform lets you do a back air. Like this back air goes from here, but this back air, like I was saying, goes like only to about here is its like end range. So it's like it gives you so much more distance and being able to hit Fox way farther on the stage, so it lets you approach. But this is just like passive play. And then if you try and like, let's say you approach from the ground, not using a platform, this is like, and you're like right here. Like, you see how much less space you have? You have this is like your cap for a range, and you're in the same spot. You just can't go as far. But when you're up here, you can go all the way over here. So you like the difference in like how far that is. So it just makes like the approach way easier. So then after like the Fox starts to realize you're doing back air, they're gonna want to dash back to try and beat your back air, and like with punish it with like a nair or like grab or up smash or something like that. So then they're gonna do dash back, and then the way you beat that is you do pound, because pound goes a little bit further than back air. Like the back air went to about here-ish, but the pound goes to about here if you do like a really late pound. So it goes a little bit further, which causes the Fox to lose in that situation entirely. But then there's the Fox that can go even further back, that can go all the way into the corner and try and dash back and beat the pound. And then the way you beat that is if you waveland off the platform, you don't do a back air or a pound. And then they're in the corner and you're outside of their range. Like they can't actually hit you if you just waveland off the platform and they're dashing back too far. And then you have a quarter sequence, which is like, again, being close to Fox is good when you're landing. So you're going to be able to get a knockdown, essentially, because you'll be able to either read their jump out of the corner with an up air, or if they want to stand in place, you can just back air them in place. If they want to roll, you can do like a back air or an empty jump and then cover their roll, which is the rest. And then if they want to like, it's a little bit different if they can nair, because if they can nair, it's very hard to cover like many options because of how fast Fox's nair is. So if they want to nair out of the corner, you can just wave dash back and grab, or you can do like wave dash back air. Both are fine, but that's essentially like the platform mix-ups. There's also like, you also don't do edge canceling, which is basically makes the setups even better. Because let's say Fox is trying to come at you from like here-ish, and you do a downer like this, and then Fox jumps into you. Then you can do a falling up air and catch Fox, and then Fox basically, either if he's at 17% or higher, then he gets knocked down into a kill, and if he's lower percent than that, you can at least get like up air into grab. But like I was saying, you couldn't have gotten grab because you were in the air. But so it's a bit different than like what I was saying about up air being into grab being like bad to do as like a setup, and the fact that you're just like skipping, you could have just skipped the step and gone to grab initially. So like that's like the nuance there. So like you want to do down air stuff, usually when Fox is already like very far into center or like here, you want to do this kind of setups, like forward air edge cancels, and then like let's say Fox is like here or like close to here, you want to be working off this end of the platform more and trying to jump away, and then getting Fox to like run under you and try and up air you, and then you'll just do wave land off or jump back here like this, and then try and up air them coming down. Or you can just land and then try and grab them for doing an up air or like a back air. And that's like a pretty common setup. So like that's like basically the entire like aspect of like, I want to say neutral because the other stages kind of change it. Like I was saying, like the shorter stages like Yoshi's and stuff, there's less. When you do like a wave off the platform on Yoshi's or Fountain, like I'll just show you, it's like way different of a space. You do a wave line off the platform on Yoshi's, you're just like, you do a back here like this. It's like, it covers a way different range. Whereas like, if you do a pound, it basically almost, it puts you in the corner, essentially. Whereas on Battlefield, it doesn't really put you in the corner if you do a really late pound. So that's why pound is like a little bit better on those stages. And it's like a little bit worse to do a back air setup. So it basically makes you have to play very defensive on Yoshi's and Fountain. But you can throw out like really aggressive mix-ups if you try and like intercept them from like top platform to side platform with like edge cancel setups, or try and like shark them. And it's like, it's a little bit weird to play on those stages. That's why most of the Fox versus Puff games don't play on those ones. But yeah, that's like essentially everything in terms of the platform setups. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Is like your opener. So doing this type of back air isn't really going to do anything because, one, this isn't going to lead you to a knockdown. Because let's say you get this back air, then Fox can just like either shield it and then do like shield drop back air, or like or just like literally crouch cancel and just like dash away and then like take center faster than you are because you're in the air. And then you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to try and land against Fox and land close to him in like a quote unquote safe way. So it's like, it's not that good to go for these types of aggressive mix-ups, because even if, let's say, up air is better than doing a back air here too, like not just like dashing away and trying to back air this, you could just like do wave dash up air or like wave one off the platform up air, would have been better. But even then, you get the up air and like then it's like not really like anything gonna happen, honestly. The Fox shouldn't be doing this at all, but if you don't notice the Fox doing this, just do a wave off the platform up air, and then you can try and up air them again if they try and jump. If they don't try and jump, they can try and read their shield drop with like a falling up air. So like, I don't really like this type of stuff because it doesn't really lead you to like a grab at all. Whereas like, even if you do an up air, it's still not that great. So I would either up air this, or I would just land on the ground and then force Fox to try and land on me with like an up. Like, Fox doesn't really want to land on Puff like from this high, because then she can either wave dash back if Fox has like a really bad back air, or she can just try and like falling up air it as well. But I would just try and wave dash back most of the time on like really high aerials. So you got hit for that. So I think we talked about back air falling up air a few times in our lessons, but definitely just don't, like I was saying about like the percent part, this isn't really that good at this percent. Like if this was 17%, this isn't the worst type of up air to do, but it's still like very far away. Like if you see where you started, like your approach, you're obviously not doing a waveland. If you're doing a waveland, this is a bit better. But you do this, you're so high in the air, and you're doing this type of like approach into him, and like it's not that great because Rox can definitely react to this if he's like playing like slightly well. See, he actually didn't even react to this at all. He was just kind of mindlessly playing. But if the Fox was truly reacting to you there, they could have just done dash back up tilt, or they could have just tried to just like dash back, turn around grab, turn around nair. Like it would have just been really bad for you. So you could have either did like, I would have gone to the platform initially and tried to like work my way off the platform to try and approach that way. But you could have also just done like waveland. You could have also like just tried to do double back air there. Even though I don't like it that much, you could have done a double back air and like fade back your back air like this to try and land in center. And then you have Fox cornered, which is good, like I was saying. So just don't do like back air filling up air in general if the percents like aren't really like in line with it. I don't really like it that much for Fox at all as well too, but it's a little bit different. Okay. This is another big thing. Pounding on a stage, like, versus any character is, like, I think I talked about it in another lesson, but against Fox, it's like, yeah, the risk reward is, like, technically in your favor versus, like, worse Foxes, or, like, even mid-level Foxes can fall for it, but unless the Fox is being uber aggressive, like, what I mean by that is, like, jumping off stage to try and shine you, that's, like, pretty much the only time I would try and pound them. If you get, like, a reading on their timing, yeah. But pounding on a stage is just, like, not that great. Like, what I would do is I would try and, like, back air, jumping up here. And then you can do, like, an edge cancel on the side of the platform, or you can go ledge, like, or you can try and land on stage after they, like, respect you too much and, like, try and, like, do, like, a mix-up trying to hit you with a back air. So, like, definitely don't do these pounds on the stage, because you're just going to lose, like, a bunch of free damage, and sometimes those get kills for them versus good players. Okay. I like this up here. It's just good. But what I don't like about it is, like, you, like, just don't, like, I don't even know what this really was. It's like, I feel like he turned around ready for a tech chase, but you don't actually go for the tech chase. I'm like, I don't really know what this was. But, essentially just, like, anytime you get a knockdown, you just want to instantly try and look for their tech. If you just react and see if they miss tech a lot of the time. If they stop mis-teching, though, then you should not be doing, like, a jab reset or, like, just immediate jump rest. But this was definitely a free, not a free kill in theory. This was a kill. Like, probably, if you're, like, ready for it, probably, like, 70% of the time. This was pretty good opportunity. But it's not, like, the end of the world. Just be, like, ready when you get that kind of hit. Just be able to just go and get the next hit. It's, like, that's a lot about melee is, especially with Puff. If you're not really ready to, like, you know, I don't know how to really say this, but it's like, if you aren't really confident in the fact that your hit is going to lead into another hit, you probably shouldn't have been going for the first hit in general. Okay, this is fine. But you go so far into stage here, when Fox, like, just gave you ledge and gave you stage, like, you didn't have to do this, like, fair air dodge in. I don't know if you're trying to, like, wave land on the platform, you messed up. But you could have just, like, landed here, and that would have been perfectly fine. Or landed on the platform, too. Either of them are fine. Fox in the corner is really annoying, but you just don't want to just, like, throw yourself into center stage, of course, because then you just get killed for free. Okay. See how far away you are right now? You don't need to be, like, back airing off stage right now. Because Fox doesn't have a move that can, like, hit you off here. Like, let's say maybe Fox had, like, a Samus charge shot or, like, a Samus missile, then yeah, like, you can kind of do this type of gameplay. Or, like, what's another great example? Like, Falco Laser, maybe. I still would probably be closer up here with Falco Laser. But you can definitely be closer, like, start moving towards the stage rather than moving away from the stage. Because he's lasering right now, he's not trying to hit you with, like, an up air back here. So you're not really being threatened that much. This is a good land right here. I like it a lot. This is fine. Fair out of shield like this is kind of greedy. What you can do instead, though, is, like, you can just try and, like, back air in place, like, do a turnaround auto cancel back air, and that's fine. You can try and wave dash out of shield and try and, like, grab if they do, like, how do I describe this? You can try and grab if they try and, like, do a bad nair. And what I mean by that is, like, they think you're gonna, like, stay in place, and they try and, like, nair at you, and then they're gonna miss their they're gonna miss the timing on shield because they weren't really ready for you to be shielding. So I think wave dash in here is fine. You can try and, like full hop and then, like, wave them off the back of the platform, trying to get Fox to approach at you. It's, like, a bad spot in general, but there's, like, definitely ways to deal with it besides this fair, because this one's really easy to beat for Fox. He could just do a back here right now, but he wasn't ready for it. That's why, like, wave dash would have been fine too, because you gotta try to grab him for shielding like that. You get a falling up air. I don't like how you dash decked. I don't really know what, like, this dash deck was about. You actually got him perfectly, because sometimes Fox is expecting you to grab there. So grab versus falling up air is a really good mix-up in general, but this Fox is ready for you to grab, so that's why he jumped out of shield and you got the falling up air. So this was good by you. It still means that you have to grab, though. Even though that Fox got hit by this falling up air, it does mean that next time you probably want to grab, just to make it so it's a real 50-50 and not like not like just doing the same mix-up over and over again and hoping like they'll just go back to their whole old habits after they got beat by it. Because this feels horrible to get hit by Fox. Fox does not want to get falling up right now because you can just click down B right here and kill him, but you don't. You could have also like waited for the tech chase and then done this. Don't do like an immediate move like this. Just wait for the tech chase. If he misses tech, just stab reset rest. Let's say he techs in place, you can grab. Let's say he rolls away, you can probably just Backair the roll away and you have another knockdown situation. And then if he rolls in, then you have the same exact situation, you just Backair again. Or you can try and like wave dash forward smash. Like essentially on like knockdowns, just be ready to like react. It's just like the biggest thing I would say. Okay, you pound it onto stage again. I actually like this. This is good. So right here, this is a good wave punish. I like this a lot. This wave dash is pretty good too. Forces Fox to either jump, spot dodge, or roll, and he chose the jump option. And you were just a little bit late on this, so it's kind of a recognition thing. When you hit Fox with like a back air or forward air or something like that, or a dash attack, a lot of the times they can roll away, like on the ground. I'm not saying on a platform. The platform's completely different. On the ground, they can usually roll away, and then they cannot get wave dash grabbed like this. So you have to know that, and then you have to read their option after. This happens a lot versus Falco too. So you just like wave dash in, and then they have to either spot dodge, jump, or roll, and then you just read their option, essentially. Sometimes you can react to Fox jumping, but honestly, it's not that easy. I would just wave dash in and probably read full hop most of the time, is what I would do with an up air. And then you just grab if they spot dodge, and then if they roll away, I would just try and jump and rest them. It's not that easy though. You can do just like a wave dash forward smash, or like a dash grab, or like you can also do the jump press obviously, but it's a little bit spooky for sure. I don't really like pound after, like again, like it's about knockdowns, right? Pound isn't going to give you a meaningful knockdown. It's kind of similar to the knockdowns I was talking about, like back-airing over here and like Fox jumping into you. It's not going to do that much. Whereas like the meaningful knockdowns I would be looking for right now is back air mainly, because it knocks down at 35. Whereas like pound, you really want to only do it like 4% to like 17%, because then up air knocks down again, because pound knocks down at 4. So one back air and pound is like pretty much a bread and butter at low damage for sure. Okay, pound on stage again. In terms of smash attacks, do a lot of them. Like you do a lot of forward smashes kind of with like no purpose. I think that one was fine though, but there's a lot of other ones, and I don't know if we're gonna get to them, so I just want to talk about it now. Most of the times you want to wave dash forward smash, you want to get a forward smash in general, and most of the time that's out of shield. So if you like, let's say Fox is trying to falling upper onto you, you can like wave dash out of shield and catch the landing with a forward smash. Same thing with like drill in place. They try to do a full hop drill, you wave dash out of shield, you turn around F smash. Like that's a pretty common thing in the matchup. Or they try and like do like 2 jabs on your shield, you can wave dash, and then you can try and like sometimes you grab instead of forward smash, because sometimes they get a shield out. Usually that's on short hop moves, so that's like the other mix up there. So I would just try and like eliminate Randy smash jacks as much as possible. This one worked obviously, but there's other ones that were not working at all for sure. Okay, so for the Edgeguard right here, you could have definitely just jumped out and hit him, but overall I think this was fine what you did, because he was pretty far away. Just don't let go of ledge here. You have invincibility, just wait for him to land on stage. If he does, then you can like downer him at this percent. You can like just like jump back air. You can pound him for doing this too. You can like wave land off stage, turn around, grab sometimes, but in general I think holding ledges there is completely fine, and just like not letting go. You just don't want to let go ever. Like there's no reason to let go, if that makes sense. Also, these like kind of rollouts, I'm not really sure what your intention is, if you're like misinputting or something, but
yeah, it was definitely a misinput.
Yeah, I was just making sure, because you did like 3 of these over the course of the game. So are you trying to pound?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I would I don't even know why you misinput that, but I guess you should just practice your pounds, because like literally getting rollout is like the difference between a stock or not almost every time, because it's so easy to punish these kinds of rollouts by Fox. So I'll just definitely practice pound them. Okay. You tried to go like really on the stage here when you could have just grabbed the ledge again. Fox doesn't hit you for this, obviously, but he should have. Like, if this Fox is better, he should have hit you for this. Like, he's just doing this type of weird back air timing that's not covering anything. But if he did the short hop back air out of shield like I was talking about, he hit you there. So, again. Okay. I don't know if we'll get to this, but in a later game, but in terms of crouching in this matchup, you could have crouched right here instead of doing this type of I think he did it back here. But in general, a lot of crouch setups in this matchup boil down to right here. When you hit Fox's shield, or you barely almost hit Fox's shield, Fox will want to wave dash out of shield and jab you every time. So it's kind of weird and counterintuitive. Like against Sheik, right? Aerial crouch is amazing, but in this matchup, it's not as good because Fox has drill, and drill sucks to get hit by if you're crouching, obviously. But in this matchup, crouch like this has some weird applications. Like right here, you could just be like, I hit his shield with a back air, I instantly aerial crouch, and then I take the wave dash out of shield jab, I crouch cancel the jab, and I get I usually get a grab. That's what I would go for. I would just get a grab, and then I get a knockdown for free, and that is awesome to have. So that's like a big thing in this matchup. A lot of puffs aren't even really doing it yet, but I think this is a pretty big optimization for the entire character. So if you just aerial crouch on shield like that, if you know Fox is going to try and wave dash jab out of shield and try and hit you for it, most of the time it's like kill percent though. This is like 50 to 80. So after that and before that, I probably wouldn't go for this. The only other times I would really be crouching is like sometimes when you get hit by drill at low damage, they're going to want to do drill into up tilt. So after I get hit by the drill, I'm holding down and away to try and get hit by the up tilt and crouch cancel grab it. That's another big situation. It's a little bit weird because of like drill's RNG. Sometimes like the drill will actually work in combo into the up tilt, but most of the time Foxes aren't good enough or they don't get the right RNG. So you can just crouch cancel the up tilt after a drill and then CC grab him for it. And that is sick. So those are like the only two times you really want to be crouch canceling in this matchup. Besides nair, like you'd want to like wave dash back if you think a Fox is gonna full hop nair at you, and sometimes you can get a crouch cancel grab on it even if you get hit by the nair. Sometimes ASDI down also happens too with that, and it's not even true crouch. And then like sometimes on short hop nair that also works too. So it's like the three situations you want to be crouching ever. It's like never a matchup that's like I'm gonna just keep pressing crouch, but it has its applications for sure. But you land here again. I think this is a situation where you're just so far away here. You could have been already back like in this zone and like had the situation to land next to Fox with a mix up, but you're just so far away. So Fox basically can just start shooting lasers at you and then get more damage. And then he gets a kill on you because you could have landed ledge there. Even with the stuff that isn't that great that you're doing there, you could have still landed ledge and been safe. And had to work your way out of the corner, of course. Okay. So how this Edgeguard works, it's like pretty different than the Falco Edgeguard. Most of the time, it's about like full hopping and trying to react to a side B with a forward air. It's easier on land than F play because of the audio difference, but a lot of times, I don't know if you use audio or not, but audio is really important for edgeguarding Fox in general. So it's a lot of like you full hop right here, a little bit off stage if they're very far away, if you hit them far off stage. So in this situation, I probably would have been like short hopping almost, or like full hopping right here is fine too. This is perfectly fine. If he's side B right here, you would just click fair and you would just hit him for it. Let's say he does like double jump back, then you'd probably just want to be like you could jump again and like wait for the side B. If they don't do it, you can just run out there and hit the up B. That's basically how the Edgeguard works. It's like you full hop react, wait for the side B, and then you go out there and hit the up B. So it's like the problem though with it is that sometimes there's some weird situations that you can't actually edgeguard both. So then it requires you to hard read. And then in that situation, you just run off. Let's say if they think you're going to double jump back side B and you can't cover that based on the situation, you would just run off there and then keep running off with them and then jump with them when they do their double jump back and then forward air them as soon as they start the side B. So that's like a pretty common situation. You'd want to just hard read their option. And like, that's basically how the Edgeguard works. It's like, you don't want to be doing this type of like land right here and then trying to down smash. Like that's never like really in the flowchart. But yeah, it's like, it's definitely annoying for sure. But once you realize it's mostly about reaction time, in terms of like putting yourself in the right spot to cover the side B based on where their distance is, it gets pretty simple, but it's very hard to do consistently for sure. Like 100 box makes it looks easy a lot of the time. Also with neutral air, just like, I wouldn't really do these types of neutral airs. I would probably just do this nair into him, like you just did, like this nair right here. But I would land with him. Like I would keep drifting with the nair and land on top of him and try and like make it so your nair is still active when you're hitting the ground, so you can nair grab. That's like the entire situation about nair. It's kind of cheesy though. Fox can sometimes jump out of it and hit you for doing the nair. So you can sometimes crouch cancel it based on sometimes if it doesn't Sakurai angle. So it's really weird. Don't do this nair though. So I think nair is like fine at 0 because it's like, it's another situation where it's kind of like trying to add a step on the grab at 0, but it's like okay. Another situation of like adding like a step to grabbing at 0 is like Backair into grab or Backair into up tilt grab, and both of those are like, they can sometimes true combo bad based on Sakurai angle. So like you do like, instead of doing this full hop here, you're like right here, you do a short hop, do a turnaround back air, you L cancel it, like fast wall it, and then you just turn around and grab. That's another common setup at 0. Like, but the up air grab one that I was talking about earlier is never something you really want to do at 0 as your like way to like open up them and try and get the grab. Whereas these grabs are a lot easier to hit for sure, even if I don't think they're like truly optimal for sure. Yeah. We're just really far away again, like right over here. There's no reason to be back-airing up here. Fox can't threaten you, so just start landing. You should start landing like over here. You could just start trying to like back-air him for trying to laser if you think he's gonna laser. And then like how laser works a lot of the time too is if like they do a laser, usually they want to do another set of lasers. Like he did the short hop lasers from the ground, and then he started doing like full hop lasers. So that's like basically how Fox works. But there's also the mix-up where Fox does a set of lasers and he dashes back trying to read you back-airing him, and then he hits you for trying to back-air him. So that's like the other mix-up. Most of the time though, it revolves around like hitting him and trying to at least approach him while he's lasering. You don't really want to just run away while he's lasering in general. Okay, this is fine. I think this is okay. Like, right, I don't like dashing though. You do a lot of dashing in this matchup, and like in your movement, it's not that great. Like the only times you would get off dash, you get like a dash grab and like dash tech, and you could just like wave dash and you'll be moving faster, and like you're closer to the ground, so like you can like low profile moves your jump squat, which is cool too. Like if he tries to jab you, sometimes the jab will not hit because of your jump squat. If he tries to nair you and you're like, let's say at lower percent, then you can like get a crouch cancel grab on the nair or ASCI down if he tries to hit you with it. And just in general, it's just better to be wave dashing than dashing. So this is just better movement right now. But I think this back air is good. What you do right here, you do this good one as well. This is all good. I don't like this nair though. What I would have done here is I would have gone to ledge probably. It's a little bit scary though. Maybe I would have done like a jump back air here and then gone to ledge, but Fox actually gives you free ledge right here because he does a shield. But you hit him anyways, you get a perfect grab, and then you get an up air. You actually don't do the tech trap though. So the tech trap, like the up air, obviously he misses the tech here with the up air, which is great. But how it works is like, it's another 50-50 scenario like I was talking about with like the up air versus grab setup. it's like, if you don't do the 50-50, it's not that good. So the 50-50 here is like up airing or not up airing at all and just waiting for them to miss the tech. Because of the fact that you can't tech both. So I think as a default, it's probably better to do the up air first. As soon as you start seeing Fox hit this tech though, just stop doing the up air in general. Because it's harder to get the next tech animation. If you go for up air, they tech it. So just do up air first. They miss the tech, keep doing it. If they keep missing a tech, keep doing it. If they start hitting the tech, then just stop doing the up air in general and just wait and tech chase. Because it'll be easier to tech chase that way. And then also with this, sometimes based on percent, like he was at too low percent here. And go back a couple of frames. So right here. Sometimes Fox will be a little bit higher. And you can actually just rest him before he touches the ground on the platform and it has the ability to tech. This is another situation that comes up a lot too. But it only comes up under the side platforms when you're under the side platform with Fox. On Battlefield, I don't know the percents. Honestly, it's something I could be optimizing even harder with my gameplay. But it doesn't come up in the games, but I'm just trying to point out with everything with platforms. So just be ready to just raw rest here a lot of times too. This percent, it honestly is pretty close. I think you weren't actually fast enough off the up throw to even like get a rest here, but maybe at like 50% it would have been perfect for a raw rest. It would have been fun. So this is good. I actually liked how you got that kill. You went for a knockdown into a kill, and that's all you really need. But die here, obviously. Good. It's like, so when I was just saying it was good that you did this. At the same time, though, you probably should be going for a combo rather than going for a rest. How I view it is probably a little bit different than how other pros view it, but because I'm not like the biggest rest like monkey or whatever. But how I rest is I rest when it's even. So let's say it's 2 stocks to 2 and I'm at this percent, I am down to rest. Because I rest, it triggers stocks, I have invincibility. That's good for me. I will take that to the bank. Because let's say you go for like upper, Backair, miss the Edgeguard when it's 2 stocks to 2. Fox is 100%, you're at 66. Fox comes back and like gets a nair to up smash, you're losing now. And if you have to hit Fox to 100, which hasn't come up yet, but I'm sure it will in the next game, I think. But it's just a lot harder to play against. So what I would do in this spot, because it's not a 2-to-2, and that's pretty much the only requirement I need, I would be just going for upper, and then you did the perfect up air too to get another combo. You want to do this up air instead of doing like a falling up air after doing the up throw to get another combo here. So you go for the perfect up air, you can just go for an upper right here instead of doing the rest. You go upper, and then you try and like juggle them off stage with Backair. So that's like the end goal with that. I mean, that's similar to every matchup too, but it's really not. It's really easy in general. If they slide off DI though, you can try and do like the up air and drift away and try and like land and grab them, or you can try and like Backair them when they're landing too. Either one works too. So that's like another situation that could happen. So it's like it makes it harder to go for the combo. Or you could also do like a waveline grab here, or waveline jab reset and do a forward smash. Both, that's fine too as well, because you have the option to do that. So like it just, essentially what I'm saying is like you have to go for the combo in this type of spot, because now you're going to be down a stock, and then Fox will have invincibility when you win this stock, which isn't the biggest deal, but sometimes you will just lose a lot of situation, or stage control, which loses you, it loses you the ability to approach easier. So that will happen a lot of the time. Like you just mainly want to get a combo when you can into a like an Edgeguard, but get an air grab again. So this nair was fine. I think it's fine to do this backwards nair. It's a little bit different than the other nairs you're doing, which is better because you were landing and your nair was touching the ground when it was landing. So you got the rest. Okay. This was fine. Like I was just saying, I don't like doing this type of this up air. It worked out for you, of course, but it's not that great because it didn't get you anything. That's the problem. You go for a really aggressive grab. This grab usually doesn't work. Like I was saying in the corner, they kind of want to escape the corner as soon as they're in it. Like he tried to like short hop nair instantly when he realized he was cornered against you. So what I would have done here instead is that this whole op is fine. You could have tried to go to the platform first, but it's fine to approach on the ground. because he's cornered. You could have either thrown a back air right here to try and cover a dash in potential, but right here you can just land on the ground right here, not land this far, but like land here, and then try and like you can do like a short hop auto cancel back air and cover the nair out of the corner, like drifting away with it. Or you can try and, like, if you think they're going to dash out of the corner, you can just raw grab. In this situation, they're going to nair most of the time, though, so the auto-cancel back air would have been best. Or you can do a wave dash and turn around to try and, like, crouch cancel grab as well, too. Both are fine. Either is pretty good. You get a grab. You get an up air. I don't think you're reacting on some of these spots, too. Like, I think you just, like you get the good up air, and then you just kind of, like, jump with it. Like, of course you missed, obviously, but, like, you were already ready to hit the rest before, like, he even hits his like this was like before Fox did even tech yet, basically. So you're just doing it too early because you know that he's gonna miss the tech, right? But you have to wait for it to happen, essentially. So because if he didn't miss the tech here, you were just dead regardless, even if you actually like timed it right, obviously. But just react and just wait for it to happen, even if you know it's going to happen, because you'll miss a lot of rests like this if you just like are reading it versus reacting, because it's always a reaction type game on the platforms. Okay. So Fox is full out back here because this isn't really come up yet. This move is really annoying. Like right here, it's obviously really annoying. Like I was talking about earlier. You can like try and like wave dash back to try and like back air the landing and stuff like that. But in this situation, it's more about trying to hit an up air on it. So I wouldn't jump into it like this. I would be lower and trying to up air when he touches the platform. A lot of the time is what I would do. Or I would just try and like wave dash in and try and take space into center. Because sometimes when he does these back airs, he gives up center, which is a big part of it. So you can try and take center, or you can try and up air it as well too. Both are fun. This backer is the same type of backer in the corner, but it's a little bit easier to beat. So this backer, you can read their jump out of shield right here with an up air instead of doing a forward air here. Just don't do a forward air in the spot like ever, because a lot of times they will full hop back air in this spot right here. You can do a wave dash back or wave dash cross up and try and forward smash like I was saying earlier. You can try and grab as well. Both are fine. You're just like really far off stage. Like there's a difference between this spacing or being like this. This is better than this. You don't want to be like off stage horizontally. You want to be like off stage diagonally, because then it's harder to get hit by a laser and it's harder to get hit by an up air. Or like if they try and jump out there and shine, they have to like jump shine. Whereas like if they try to jump shine you right here, they would just have to full hop shine you. Whereas if you were over here, like this angle, it's way harder to get hit. And that's like the big difference here. And you're not getting hit by anything anyways. So instead of backing on a stage here, I would have just done a sing grab ledge as well too. So you don't get hit either. Okay. There's another like fair out of the corner type thing after shielding. It's basically the exact same type of fair. So again, just wave dash, and then you can try and upper them if you think they're gonna try and upper into the platform. This time they don't do that, but you could have just like wave dash and then shielded and see what happened if you notice he's trying to like get on your space, like he did there. And then you could have tried to like back air to shield once he hits your shield, or tried to wave dash out of shield again. Or hold shield away from the shine, and then you up smash out of shield when they shine your shield. That's another thing that happens too. Again, you're trying to hit them where they were with a back air or forward air, like it was last time. You just try and back air the ground. They jump into the air and they hit you for this. So again, same exact thing. Try and up air them when they jump. Wave dash back if they after they jump. Is essentially like how you beat that. But yeah, this is something that came up in the Yoshi's game, and it also kind of comes up here. You really shouldn't get hit by this double up air a lot of the time. I don't know if you practice Smash DI and Uncle Punch, but it's really important to not get double up air right here. I would, like, the second one was definitely SDI-able based on how it looked, but in general, you want to make it as hard as possible for Fox to get another hit, and SDI, even if you miss it, will always make it harder for Fox to get the next up air. So just practice your SDI in general. You shouldn't get double up aired like this. Like, yeah, I think you even, like, Like this up air, like definitely no SDI on it. Like you actually go to the left instead of going to the right. So I would just practice SDI. It's really, really important in this matchup. Just makes like the kill confirms way harder. Because if Fox can't like up their upper you because of your SDI being good, then he has to go for a raw up smash, or he has to like laser you to like 100 to try and get an up tilt or a back air. And that sucks for Fox, which is awesome for you. See how right here you have the option of trying to hit him when he touches the platform, or going center, which is exactly what I was talking about. This time you chose center, and that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. You could have tried to up air him as well, but you chose center, and that's perfect. You get center on him. That's awesome. And you get a grab. This was awesome stock. Literally great. But the problem, the only problem with it is that he could have actually survived this, because CI was not good. He was not ready for both the rest and the up throw. On Dreamland, it's a little bit different than most of the other stages. You can't really raw up throw rest right now. What I would do is I would just go for an up throw up air. Because it's at 11%, it's not going to knock down. So then you want to up throw up air regrab. I assume you know how to do that. But on Dreamland, you definitely need to play the percent in terms of not going for raw up throw rest. It's so nice, though, when you get the grab read and then you also get no DI in the up throw. Then you're just like, awesome, that's perfect for me. But then you still have to factor in the percent part. So like you have to like earn the stock, honestly. Like this Fox definitely should have survived here, but I don't know what they were thinking. I guess they haven't played much this matchup. I actually played this person in person. I'm surprised that they didn't up their rest DI there. Okay. You're so far away again. Like, Fox is in the corner here, and you're all the way over here. Like, you could have just, like, been holding center on him and tried to pressure him in the corner. It's just so huge. Like, right now, you're so far away still. And you do this kind of weird in there, but it doesn't really do much. This was another situation you could have wave dash back and tried to turn around and grab this again as well. Okay. Full hop nair. Honestly, it's like kind of like the short hop nair and like the full hop stuff like coming down on top of you. It's kind of like that, but it's a little bit trickier. There's some ways to beat this. Like wave dash back is fine, but sometimes if you wave dash back and they don't do the full hop nair, then you're just losing space. So it's kind of the passive option. Another way to beat it is like not doing this back air timing, but jumping away like right here and back airing them as soon as they land. That's good. Or you can try and stay in place right here and try and falling up air again. So I was talking about falling up air grab being bad, but this isn't necessarily trying to falling up air grab. This could be at any percent. Whereas the falling up air grab is mostly like cheese at other percents. But in this spot, Fox, you're hitting Fox in the air, which is different than hitting Fox on the ground. Because when you're hitting Fox in the air, it's very hard for him to escape the up air grab. Whereas the other one, he will probably escape it most of the time, or shine you. So it's a lot different than the other up air grab I was talking about earlier. So you could try an falling up air grab in place too. That works as well. See how grab there was pretty hard timing that you tried to do. I think you actually tried to get out grab here. Yeah, it's not that easy. So I think it's just better to back air it most of the time. Okay. This is a pretty common puff thing in general. It hasn't really come up that much. So you don't really want to do double aerial. What I mean by that is do this type of aerial, like this could have been a back air too, and then try and cover yourself with the falling aerial like this. Fox eats this up for breakfast. What you could do instead here, you could do the first aerial. That's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the best thing in the world. It's just a nothing aerial that doesn't hurt you. It doesn't help you. So you do that aerial. Then, instead of doing this aerial, you land with nothing and try and grab them. That's a pretty common mix-up, because they'll try and dash in and try and think you're going to do a double aerial. Because it's very hard to react there if you do a land instead of doing an aerial at the last second. And then you just grab them for dashing in. That's a common setup. Let's say they try and shield, or they try and try and short up nair. Again, short up nair, you can just wave dash back. You can do a turnaround back air. Let's say do a full hop in place to try and fall on top of you with the back air. Wave dash back again. Try and read their jump with an up air. There's just so many better situations that happen when you're close to a Fox and being able to essentially read their option. It's just the game changes completely rather than being so far away. But all of this though, let's tie it back into the platform game. The platform game allows you to get closer to Fox faster, and also allow you to get meaningful damage and approach. So that's like the important crux of the platforms. If you aren't using the platforms to get closer to Fox, Fox is gonna be able to whiff punish you easier, and he's gonna be able to camp you out way harder. So that's like the important part of the platforms. It's just, it allows you to get close to Fox. Good grab on dash in. Again, percent game. This time he has it. I guess he wasn't ready for the last one. But see how you're so far away? He started shooting lasers, and he can still shoot lasers right now, but he just not really want to. Oh, he's back to shooting lasers. And now he's gonna dash back again, because he decided to shoot another set of lasers. He thought you were gonna approach, like, be over here already, but you actually decided to be over here instead of being over to here where you could have been. So now he's gonna either do, he could have done lasers again, and I wouldn't have faulted him for that, but he does a full hop nair to try and hit you, and you almost actually hit him forward. That was pretty good defensive play by you, but again, it's hard to grab there, so I would just not grab. I think I talked about it, but meaningful smash attacks, this one wasn't that meaningful in general. Like, you're at 66, he's at 66 I mean, so it's not gonna kill him. And you really only want to wave dash forward smash when it's gonna kill Fox, or like send him so far off stage that he's gonna be really hard to recover. So you try to forward smash again without even wave dashing. So okay, this was another scenario you could have held. It was a little bit weird. This was another situation where it's like crouching after getting hit by downer, because they can do drill, jab, but I think it's okay to get hit by this. You could actually SDI up and away when you get hit by jab though, and jump and air dodge out. That's a pretty common way to beat that. But he hits you with jab up B because he's a madman, or he messed up his jab up air or something. It was double aerial again. It's a back air, up air would have been perfect there, because when you hit an up air on Fox's shield right here, you actually lose nothing. You do this up air, you do full hop up air, you just drift in the center, and you have center stage. It's awesome. You actually can't get hit for doing this up air, because you just drift away before his full hop backer comes out, or shield drop backer comes out, sorry. So this up air is really good if you go for an up air right here. And if they like drop shield, or you get a shield poke, that's even better. Like, it's amazing getting that up air. Just throw it out. It's just, there's no risk for doing it, and it's just always reward. So it's really good. But okay, good short up nair. That's just gonna happen. You could have done a preemptive backer in place to try and beat that though as well. Okay, I like these backers like right. I think this one was good. You could have timed it a little bit better, but I think it was good in general. It's good. This one was fine too. You're reading a dash in again, but you don't want to drift in with that backer. You want to drift away. Or drift in place. You don't want to drift in, because drifting in here is the reason why you lost. Also, if you get hit by downer in the air, you actually land before Fox does, you can just grab him, but you weren't ready for doing that. So if you just like hold down after getting hit by a drill in the air, you can just grab Fox before he lands. So it's really good. Bad by Fox in general there. Okay, kind of just throwing out a smash attack and just hoping it works. So we did get to a high percent actually. So at like 90-ish, I want to start going for drill. Like we talked about drill rest. But yeah, I want to be going for like drill into forward smash, drill into grab, drill into into up smash. Like, I am going for basically the maximum. Like, it's not even a knockdown at that percent. It's a kill. So it's like, it's technically a knockdown because drill is like kind of a knockdown move if you think of it like that. But that's like your move to go for at these percents, because if you do a cross up downer and Fox's shield and the shield pokes, that's amazing for you, because then you can do downer into rest and you just kill him, and then you have so many other options. It's just like downer is so good if you hit Fox in place or shielding. If you hit him dashing away or jumping though, it's horrible. So you want to refrain from doing that in those spots. So you definitely need to click downer more when he's at high percent, because it's uber important to do. Because if you're not doing downer to kill, you have to like finish out stocks with Edgeguards or randy smash attacks, and that sucks. That just sucks. Downer just basically skips having the Edgeguard most of the time, but it's awesome for doing that. Because Edgeguarding Fox, like I say, is not easy. Okay. That was crazy that it even worked. Let me stop that right there. Let me go over my notes and see if there's anything else I really want to talk about before we just finish up this game. Okay. So this came up in the Yoshi's game, but essentially when you get hit by Fox, the worst thing you can do is try and drift back into him. That's kind of counterintuitive to what I was saying about like trying to be close to Fox. But when you get hit by Fox, you're going to be a hit stun, and then you're going to have to deal with the fact they want to get another hit. Like Puff wants to get another hit after getting another hit. Fox wants to do the same thing. So when you get hit by a back air or an up tilt, he's going to want to try and hit you again because he wants to get the maximum out of it, because he doesn't get that many openings, and neither does Puff in this matchup. It's a lot of no openings havers in this matchup. So in general, you just want to not try and drift in after getting hit. If you've ever seen Hungrybox versus Polish at the Smash World Tour qualifiers, he just gets hit 4 times in a row for drifting in at the last stock game 5. Like, everyone talked about it, like how stupid it was. It's just like, it's so bad to do. Even like the best player in the world can mess up and do that. And it's just like, just do not try and drift in after getting hit. It's never good. Yeah, it's like Puff isn't a character like Luigi or like Peach that can just like spam nair after getting hit. It's just not the character. So like, definitely want to like jump away and try and get out of the situation, and try and punish them for trying to get another hit too. It's also a common situation that happens as well. And also, let's say Fox is like up being from like down below, and you're like right here, and let's say you don't have the time to run off and forward air them or back air them, you can just like stay up here and down air the ledge and then just reset the edge guard. You just do a down air timing that doesn't, you're not necessarily edge canceling it, you're just down airing in place, and you're just trying to hit the up B and then just reset the edge guard and just run off and forward air after, because that just resets your timing. You don't have to like play insanely perfectly ground it. It's a pretty common thing a Hungrybox does, but I don't think he did it once. I came up with the Yoshi's game. I think he tried to like down smash or something. But also shield grabbing. You don't do shield grabs in like the first couple of games, but don't try and shield grab unless you force them to miss up their pressure on purpose. What I mean by that is what I was talking about earlier about wave dashing in on a short hop nair. That messes up their pressure as well too, because they're not ready for you to like be shielding essentially. Another sequence would be like, let's say Fox is over here, you're in center stage, Fox tries to do the full hop nair onto you, but you're shielding, and he hits the front of your shield, and you just shield grab him, because it's very hard to get a safe nair after crossing up a shield. So that's another thing that happens to you. That can happen on the ground with a short hop nair too. Let's do a short hop nair and then they cross up through your shield. You can just shield grab. It's similar to if you ever played Pikachu, you do the same thing on his nair too. It's pretty common situation. Cheeks also do it to you. Let's say you forward air through like Cheek's shield and you shield grab it. They shield grab you. That's like a pretty common one too. So that's just like a minor nuance. Like, just try not to shield grab as much as possible. Like, it's good sometimes, but like sometimes you can do it on like down air. It's a little bit spooky though. It's like shield grabbing is like so bad against like the really good players, but sometimes even against the good players, like I saw Hungrybox get shield grabs against SFAT like maybe 4 times on FD the last time they played at Pound, and I was like, dang, even SFAT can get by shield grabs. Like, that's crazy. Just try not to rely on them, because it'll get too ingrained in your gameplay and you'll forget the good mix-ups essentially. But yeah, that's I think that's everything I have. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
All right, so I think that's good. See you later. Have a good night.
Yeah, peace.
Peace.